got to feel that. Yeah.
Bradford Gamay.
The one and only.
Yeah, he's the one that put that intro together for us.
Yeah.
So,
the Black Summit back again. Thank you for joining us. I'm Hendricks.
And I'm Brooks.
And yeah, man, this is episode number
48.
48,
yeah.
Man. You know, it's gracious that we were able to stick with it and bring you these great episodes. We hope you enjoyed as much as we have.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we got tired, but you know, we kept the faith and we kept pushing through, you know. But
maybe we should do something for episode 50. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
we'll
what you
have to
think
figure it out. I don't know.
Hmm.
Some kind of giveaway or something. I don't know.
A giveaway.
All right.
But we got a lot going on in the media. You know, some things that we're going to discuss today that we sure some of y'all familiar with. First up is Diddy. You know what's all going on with him, and then some of you guys, if you have seen the NBA, Timberwolves victorious, and Indiana victorious, we're gonna talk about that, and then last but not least, some of you boxing fans, hopefully y'all not fair weather the Tyson Fury fight. You know, so we got these, coming up for you guys. So first, you know what? Let's get into Lil Diddy, man, because this is a thing right here, man. So you saw the video, right?
I did, yeah, and I can read this thing from CNN.
Okay, yeah.
I'll just read a little insert.
Okay.
From denial to admission, how a surveillance tape held Sean Diddy Combs accountable. Almost 48 hours after being shown physically assaulting his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in 2016, a surveillance video obtained exclusively by CNN, Sean Diddy Combs has apologized. Just before 1 p.m. Eastern on Friday, CNN published a video in which Combs is seen grabbing and shoving, dragging, and kicking Ventura during an altercation that matches allegations in now settled federal lawsuit filed by Ventura in November. In his now apology, he says this. He says, "It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you got to do that." Combs said in a video statement posted to Instagram, "I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses for my behavior." All right. And he continued, "I take full responsibility for my actions in the video. I am disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I am disgusted now." Okay. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, Combs denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday. Mm-hmm. That he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words. That's what Cassie's lawyer had to say. So, anyways.
Yeah, so I remember you had some statements about this camera. What was you saying?
I just want to say I called it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not trying to because this is a very serious subject, you know. Right. I mean, I kind of saw from a long time ago that this was real. Mm-hmm. And just based off of her words and what she was saying, but also based off of the past and the history of Diddy, nobody ever brought him to justice. I felt like, even though he's been accused of so many different things, you can go back, you can talk about Pac, you can talk about what happened in the club with J-Lo,
Shine.
You can talk about, I mean, all of these different things that kind of happened that were weird that surrounded him. Not to mention, you know, not to get into conspiracy theory land, but, you know, there were a lot of people who kind of where they died in a weird circumstance that surrounded him. Okay. And I don't know, there's a woman who's online and she kind of talks a lot about some of these people and
I think
they're mysterious.
Jaguar or something.
Yes.
I wonder how truth to what she's saying. I'm like, how you know all this? Apparently she was in the industry and she usually says a lot. I don't know I'm not discrediting her, but I wonder how much of that is truth or clickbait. If it is even clickbait, I wonder how much is that truth. But I know you're talking about, I think her name is Jaguar or something like that.
I think a lot of it is true, man.
Think so?
And it's coming. We're seeing it for real. And I mean, I think that this is just the beginning, y'all. I think this is just the beginning.
To come out?
And I don't know who else is gonna, be caught with a stray, But I think there's going to be a lot more that comes out with Diddy. There's going to be a lot more that comes out surrounding him and the people that surrounded him and the people at Bad Boys Records and the people inside of hip hop that were from that era. And so, yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of different things come out about this. But I think, I kind of knew it back in November. And did you watch that video?
I saw it. I seen it.
What did you think of the video?
I think it was horrendous, to be honest. I mean, to be that upset to run out with a towel on. So you didn't even have on clothes. You didn't even bother to get dressed, Yeah. And it's one thing to grab her and sling her down, and then you kick her a few times and drag her back. I don't know.
And those weren't just small kicks.
No, what merit that kind of to be that upset, And obviously she's trying to get away. What did she do for you to be that upset? Now, when the allegations first came out with her, and I get it. Sometimes people say that some people do things for a money grab. I didn't know. At the time, I guess we kind of had to say allegedly, but once he settled so quickly out of court, I knew it had to been some truth to it, because otherwise you would fought it and say, nah, I'm not giving a dime, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. But a lot of those dudes back in those days are guilty of a lot of things. We just don't know, we weren't there. But once he settled so quickly, you had to think, man, they got to be some truth to this. And now, I don't know if everything else with the whole Aaron Hall and the TD Jakes, I don't know how true all that stuff is. I mean, I don't know, with the elaborate parties, the after party, and then people coming out saying this and saying that, I don't know how true to some of these things are. But when that happened and he settled so quickly, there must be some truth to this, But even though the video came out, he's already been tried for it in civil court, so they can't go back and convict him or anything like that. That's already been settled. You know?
The video also, they couldn't really do anything because it had reached the statute of limitations.
Well, I heard in New York they have a certain law that doesn't matter how long ago it happens, you can go back and prosecute. But she has already done that, so it'd be like double jeopardy.
Gotcha.
But you can't do that,
Yeah.
So she's already been, I think, settled for like 30 mil or something like that. Remember,
it was a big dollar.
It was a big, yeah. But I think they were trying to get more. Yeah. I don't know exactly. I'm thinking it's 30 mil. They were trying to get more, but they hurried up and settled that out of court. So obviously, there's a lot of truth, and we see the evidence. There's a lot of truth to what she was saying. Mm-hmm. Then there's I think his name is it Paris Hilton? You know what I'm talking about?
Perez, yeah.
Perez. I said Paris. Perez. He made a video also saying something about alluding to the fact that he paid $50,000 for them not to release that evidence. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. You guys can look it up. Perez Hilton, because he's a gossip columnist as well, right? Mm-hmm. So I saw a video where he paid $50,000 for them not to. I guess, I don't know, why would they release it now? I don't know what happened, because it's already been tried in court, so they feel that maybe the statute of limitations is up for that, so they can release the footage. I mean, I don't know. What you think?
So actually, to that point, I actually have a video of this TikToker. Okay. And he had an interesting theory. Let me see if I can figure out his name here. Ayo Bones.
Ayo Bones?
I think that's his name. And go ahead, turn that up, and I'll play this.
So Diddy update. That story floating around that Diddy paid $50,000 to the hotel to buy that tape, that's probably true. Now, if that's true, that means the only person who had that tape was Diddy. Now, if the only person who had that tape was Diddy, that means the only way that tape got out is when the feds went and raided his home, picked up all the tapes. So question becomes, why did the feds release the tape? Well, it could be one of two things. One, somebody on that federal investigative team went and caught a bag. They grabbed the tape, they sell it, they get some money, use some middlemen, whatever. The other thing is could have been, feds could have done it as a strategy. Could go two ways. One, they got no case. So you got no case, what do? Drop a video. I mean, y'all look real shit.
All right, so that was his theory on it, which, that's actually an interesting theory.
It is.
So, I mean, it could be that. I do want to say this. What I saw in that video, man, I had to turn that off. I could not watch that. I mean, it was worse than her statement that when she was suing him. It was worse than you could ever imagine. The way he was kicking her and dragging her, and those weren't little kicks, man. He was really going at her. And it's like later on in the video, which I haven't seen that part because I had to turn it off. But somebody else was saying that he took a vase and threw it at her.
No, I didn't. I saw the whole video.
I was like, what?
Part.
Yeah, so apparently,
they was in the hallway.
In the hallway. So apparently, by the window, there was like a vase or something, and somehow they got over there, and whatever was on that table looked like it was a vase. He took it and threw it at her. So I mean, like, it gets worse and worse, man. Like, so I mean, this is worse than I could have ever imagined, and I mean, I really feel bad for her. I'm not going to make any kind of concession for Diddy. He apologized and, was acting like he was all sorrowful and sorry and sad and all this other stuff. But, bro, we ain't trying to feel that energy. Don't even try it with that. Like, what you was doing to her in that video, nobody should actually ever have to go through that. And so, I mean,
that's what you do.
It was all
when you get caught.
It was all like whatever at the beginning, but this is real stuff. What he was doing to her is like something that you would do to somebody you don't give two F's about. And I mean, that was like crazy, man. That was crazy to me. I cannot believe that was happening.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, man, somebody get in there and help her. She was sitting there lifeless for a minute there. I mean, like, I can't believe that happened. So
yeah, that's and I heard
again, it was worse than I could have imagined.
I heard another celeb said something too about far as that when they raided the house. I can't remember who was the celebrity that was saying that they were saying that they went there to find evidence because who's the other mogul, Levine? Not Levine. Priority Records. I forgot his name.
Okay.
But they were saying something about that he had evidence on everybody, so they probably set it up to go to find evidence to raid his place to get evidence and whatnot. So
I do know that they were saying that Candace Owens was saying that that Diddy is an informant for the FBI or one of those agencies, and so that's really why they haven't taking him,
But how would she know that? I mean, I
don't know. Maybe she's talking to some people. But, we don't know any of this stuff. This is all, a lot of this stuff is alleged. We should still say that.
Still alleged, right?
It's still all alleged. But that video, that's real. And, if he thinks he's going to get out of that,
Yeah, definitely. That's why
real.
he came up with the
and Little
public apology.
Yeah, exactly. And Little Rod also still has all of his evidence. And so in the next few days, I think more is going to come out. And I think that Diddy is going to be brought to justice.
You think so?
I'm staying consistent on this. Yeah. He's going to be brought to justice unless he is an informant like Candace Owens said. So, but, from what I've seen, the stuff from Little Rod, this Cassie video now, what other people have said in the industry.
Yeah.
Diddy's going down, man. I think it's just a matter of time. Nobody thought that it was real until this video came out. Now everybody wants to, people want to hop on now. But when Cassie just came out by herself, nobody was on it. But now they want to hop out. Now they want to say something.
Matter of fact.
But
I'm gonna send this
Anyways,
to you. I want
y'all
you to
can check the tapes, by the way, the videos.
Play this real quick. Hold on.
Y'all can check the videos. We've been saying it since November. I know I have. I don't know about you actually.
I remember you was consistent. You was saying that
I've been consistent.
Comedian Eddie Griffin says Diddy was he was smashing Clive Davis and was using recorded tapes as blackmail. And he believes that's what the raid was about on his property. So I'm saying,
wait a minute. So why would they do it? Why would they do that though?
Why would they raid?
What are they trying to do? They're trying to take down Clyde Davis too, or
Well, no. Meaning he's pretty much saying that okay, if they are the upper hand, they had the raid set up on him to get evidence, so he can't put it out or he can't use it against him. If I got all the evidence, you can't blackmail.
Oh,
me.
right.
And then so I guess alongside of what you just said about far as he paid $50,000 to get the tape, and the dude was saying maybe that might be true, and being that if they did raid and and got the evidence of what he was doing, you know what? Since he did this, let's put this tape out to show that he did assault Cassie.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's all conspiracy, but Eddie Griffin said that, not Black Summit. So you can look it up.
It's all alleged.
It's all alleged. I tried to pull it up, but apparently it's not coming up. So some other stuff. So maybe they took it down. But yeah, man, that's it's crazy, man.
What did you think of Diddy's apology?
I think honestly, when you in a public, when you're in a public center like that, and then when you got PR, so that's what the PRs do. They do damage, and then even if he did have PR or didn't have PR, he know to go publicly. It got aired out publicly, so you apologize publicly. I think was it sincere? I don't know, to be honest with you, man. I don't know if it was. Maybe it was. Maybe it was, and maybe it wasn't because, like you said, he was denying it in the beginning. Saying they just wanted money, and you used to people suing people for money or whatnot, And I didn't know. I'm not saying Cassie was suing him for money, and then I'm saying that she wasn't, but obviously she got money. And so this stuff really did happen to her, So I would never discredit her and say it didn't happen, which some people did. Slim Thug, he came out and he publicly apologized because he was thinking that, she was just a money grab.
Yeah.
So he had to publicly apologize. So I would never give no opinion on that because I wasn't there. But his apology, once you get caught, you apologize.
I know.
So that's what I'm saying. The sincerity in it is like,
It's not sincere at all because he had a statement not too long ago where he was talking about, all will be revealed.
And it was revealed.
It was revealed, dog.
It was revealed.
Yeah, and it was not good. That video was terrible.
Yeah. So and this is a bad stain on his legacy,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bad stain on his legacy.
For sure.
And it's very unfortunate, man. Wishing Cassie and her family all the best. But I believe she's phenomenal right now. She's doing, it came out, she got her truth out, she got paid for it as she should. So I believe she's like, now you guys see,
Yeah, exactly.
And if it was her who's and maybe other women that happened.
Those other women are right too.
As well,
So include some of these men
that
are coming out. They right too.
Yes.
Well, can you imagine what he
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
But I think Diddy, again, I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record because I said it. I said it a long time ago.
Yeah.
When it comes to credibility, because I think a lot of people were questioning Cassie's credibility.
Mm-hmm. And being that she waited so long to come out.
Because, there are a lot of people there are some people, I'm not going to say this a lot, but there are some people who are out for a cash grab or something like that.
Yeah.
But there are true victims who go through this and they're afraid to come out and say things about it because people like the guy you just mentioned comes out and says, oh, she's a liar and she's trying to get money. Or Diddy, even him. Oh, yeah, these women are just trying to get a cash grab. And so they never actually report what's going on with them.
Yeah.
And, this abuse continues. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that this came out. I'm glad that she can actually have her say and people actually believe her now. I think that's great. But yeah, that video is horrific. And again, what trumps credibility? Consistency. And he has been consistently skirting the law multiple times. Everybody can talk about all these different things that he's done that it's kind of like, oh, that was a little iffy. There was something going on there. And when one person has all of that kind of stuff going on, you just got to call it out, So
it is a law in New York. I forgot what it's called. That you can go. It doesn't matter if it's 10 years later.
Right,
it's a certain law in the books that you can still file.
Yeah, but
there's no statute.
Whoever was in charge there that could charge him, they said that the statute of limitations is up, so they can't do it. So
far as
that case,
yeah, and it's already been tried.
Yeah,
she won in civil court. It's already been tried. Yeah, it's already been tried.
But I think there's some other cases out there or another case that they're trying to try against him.
Yeah,
because I saw something earlier. So I think they're doing another case against him.
Oh, I'm pretty sure more going to come out.
Yeah,
man. I'm pretty sure more is going to come out. A lot more.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with this little Rod one.
Yeah,
the little Rod one might be something. Yep.
So yeah, but unfortunately, man, like we said, it's unfortunate what happened with Diddy. This is definitely brings his reputation all the way down. And, any other women who's a victim, anybody male for that matter, if justice is due, hope they get justice. And Cassie got hers, even though it doesn't, her mental, we don't know how her mental is, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, anybody who needs justice, hopefully they get it. If the rest is allegedly true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, all right. So now let's go on to some something more enlightened. The NBA, the playoffs.
Yeah.
Indiana, knocked out New York, and then the Timberwolves knocked out the Nuggets. Did you watch?
Yeah, I did. I didn't watch the Indiana game, but these 2 Game 7s were great. I feel like for the NBA, but also, for the fans and the people who watch it. Not that I'm like a huge fan of the NBA, but we already talked about that. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me, I'm just happy to see, Anthony Edwards finally
Ant-Man.
Showing his, because to me, that's something that can make me watch the NBA again.
Yeah.
Watching Anthony Edwards, because he reminds me of these old style players like a Kobe, like a Jordan. And he likes to talk trash. And I like people who are about talking trash. I like people who are about like getting in people's faces and but also somebody who can back it up. And that's what he can do.
He does back it up.
Backs it up.
Yeah.
You know? And he didn't even have the best game. But he hit that, corner 3, which was clutch.
Yeah.
And sealed it. So I
like Ant-Man too. By the way, he's a fellow Leo, birthday same day as mine, August 5th, So when you're a Leo, you're destined for great things. I just want to put that out there. But man, my predictions were, I was predicting New York, even though I didn't watch a whole lot of that series. I was predicting New York and Boston to go at it because they haven't seen that rival in forever. Been a long time. But my second prediction came true. I wanted to see the Mavericks versus the Timberwolves because I like Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. But my favorite player in the league is Kyrie Irving. I love the handles. I still like the little man, I love the handles. And reason why I like Kyrie and Anthony, they don't only rely on the 3. They are going to paint. Exactly. Sometimes it's small. You got to go inside and shake and bake, and they both got handles. Yeah. So I wanted to see that rival, which I'm glad I got that. But see Indiana and Boston, which our boy Q, he's a Boston fan.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how that's going to play out. But I think that's
Shout out
going
to
be
Quells P.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it? QP843?
Yeah.
Or Q843?
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm messing up your name, my brother. I know
IG.
he gonna be watching.
Yeah,
He gonna be in the comments too. But yeah, man. So what do you think about Indiana facing Boston? What you think? That's how this.
First of all, I thought I was surprised that New York lost, but I think
Yeah, a lot of people were.
Listen, Boston's about to run through Indiana.
You think
Come
so?
Come on, man.
Indiana's a young.
They don't need to be there,
dude. They young. They young, man.
Nah, I mean, I don't see them doing anything. I think Boston might sweep them.
I think it's going to battle. I don't know, man.
Low key, they're gonna sweep them.
We thought New York was going to win, right? And New York was up, right? What it was like 2-1 or something like that. Then they ended up tying it. Then it went 3-3.
Yeah.
Then they had the game 7, right?
You know what happened?
What?
Tom Thibodeau.
Thibodeau?
Just like Doc Rivers, I just feel like they're not that great of a coach.
Well,
this obviously Doc Rivers has a championship, but the problem with Tom, what's his name?
Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau.
I can't remember his first name.
He used to coach the Bulls.
The problem with Thibodeau is that they practice way too hard, and by the time that it gets to the playoffs and you get into these later rounds and you get into a game 7, the players are too tired by that time. It's
think
like,
so?
Yeah, he burns them out. It's like, yeah, okay, that system does work. It gets you to a certain point, but eventually them players are going to get tired out and they ain't going to be able to last as long as they need to. And in this case, last to go to the championship, go to the finals. And so I wasn't surprised that New York lose at some point. They definitely weren't going to win the championship because I just don't think they have enough pieces to get there. But Thibodeau, I feel like he burns players out. But go ahead.
Well, I will say Thibodeau used to coach the Bulls, and Thibodeau was big on defense. Eventually, the Bulls, my team, they parted ways, and he went to New York. I think Thibodeau's a decent coach. He's a decent coach. But also, I will say now, New York lost some players too. Brunson went out. I think he had a hand fracture, I believe, or something. And they lost a few other players as well. So I do got to put that out there, right? Reason why I think Indiana gonna maybe give. I'm not saying they're gonna beat Boston because technically I really don't know, and I don't know if Boston gonna beat Indiana. When they were playing, Indiana never let up. I was like, dude, because eventually, if you say a team would be up by like 12, 15, hell, maybe even almost 20 points in the first quarter, by the later third, the fourth, that gap start closing because that team sometimes usually run out of gas after a while, and the other team was able to prevail. They still got their, they're getting their second win. Seemed like Indiana didn't do that at all in Game 7. It was constantly going. They didn't get tired at all. And like I said, New York lost some of their players. You got to be fair. If they had all their key players, would that have played out like that? I mean, we don't know. You know what I mean? We really don't know.
Yeah.
Really don't know. But I think I don't necessarily know if Boston is just going to wash them. This is going to sweep them.
I think it's
honestly, I can't really say that, But I know one thing. I will definitely be paying attention to this Timberwolves and this Mavericks game. I'm tuning in for every game of that. Every single game. Ant-Man becoming now my second favorite player in the league against Kyrie. Because I think that Luka for the Mavericks, right? He needed some help, man. He needed help. They would get forward because he was getting burnt out. Everybody, they keep throwing him the rock. When he go down, everybody step up and score. But when he's in the game, they keep throwing him the rock. Yeah. And I get it. He's nice. But dude, anybody going to get burned out, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm glad Mark Cuban, got him some help. And look how far they got, And Jason Kidd is a great coach too. Jason Kidd is a great coach.
That's a good coach.
He's a great coach, man.
Yeah, low key, I think Boston's gonna win the championship, man. I don't think anybody can stop them. I mean, I was gonna say like the Nuggets could beat them, But I mean, Boston's gonna win.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't think any of these teams that are left can see Boston. They would have to have like a collapse. Somebody, either one of the players get hurt or something crazy happens. They better win the championship because this is the time. I mean, Denver's out of it. The Bucks been out of it. The Lakers aren't doing anything. So if they don't win the championship, that's on them, So
because they keep getting so close, right?
This is the most favorable matchups they have right now. I mean, Dallas, they have Kyrie and Luka, but come on, man. You got Tatum, you got Jaylen Brown, you got all those good players on Boston. Y'all better win this year.
Honestly,
shout out to Q. You better win this year.
I think, man.
This is the last year y'all got.
Also, shout out to Q. I think Dallas is going to take it. I think the Mavs going to take it. And the same thing with Q said when we was on the last podcast. West Coast ball is different from East Coast ball. West Coast be running. They run almost the Indiana played like how when they beat New York, they played how West Coast played. West Coast constantly running, and they run, man. Yeah, it's different. They play the game is faster. They slow it down on the East for whatever reason. Yeah. West Coast they play it faster, and for Boston to keep up with them, of course, y'all got that ain't your team, but they got Harford and. And he may come through in the clutch, and you got Brown and you got Tatum, but man, I think them dudes are a little bit younger on the West Coast too.
Yeah, that's true.
I honestly, and I don't think it's not even going to be easy for the Mavericks with the Timberwolves. It's not going to be easy, but as you can see, it can be done because the Nuggets are beasts too, and they took them to Game 7, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying
Game 7
and Nuggets was dominating the West, and of course Bucks was dominating the East. But due to injuries, the Bucks weren't favored, right? But I just think that the Mavericks got it. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I think the Mavericks got it, man. Yeah, that's my take.
Real quick, as a Lakers fan, I'm so glad the Nuggets lost because they be talking that junk. They be talking trash, man. They be talking a lot of trash, and so I'm happy that they lost, especially that coach. I don't like that coach.
You don't like their coach?
No, because he talks too much junk. I don't know what his name is, but he was pretty sour after the loss.
I guess anybody would be. You want your team to win. You got a team.
Yeah.
It's all fair and love and basketball.
Yeah, for real.
All good. So last but not least, Tyson Fury. What we got?
All right. Well, you're the boxing aficionado. What did you think of the fight?
I wanted to see the fight. I forgot that the fight was on, and I saw the highlights. By the time I tuned in late, and I saw when he caught Tyson. I think it was, but maybe the 9th round. I think it was.
I can't remember. Yeah.
If I know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think it was the 9th round, and he caught him. Tyson was trying to. He tried to do a little bit of that. On the ropes and play around and whatnot, and I give Tyson to be a big dude. He's elusive. He does feints. I think that's how he beat Klitschko. He didn't beat him up, but he outpoint him. So it makes you miss. He moves around to be a big guy like that, and I give him that, even though he always looks like he's out of shape. So he did that. He played around a little bit, and then he got stunned, got caught. And then he tried to cover up, and then he tried to move out the way, but he caught him and he staggered him. And the ref, and I think from when I saw that, I see why the guy won. But to be fair, I didn't watch the whole entire fight. Maybe I need to watch the whole entire fight. But to me, it looks like Tyson Fury didn't take it serious. Yeah, he's a little out of shape, but he's in shape. But that's the only thing that in my mind, maybe he didn't take this fight serious enough. Because when he fought that one dude that MMA got a black guy in the same country, that guy dropped him. But Tyson still came back and beat him off points. But like that, in the squared circle, anything can happen. So big ups, respect to both Tyson and the other guy
Usyk.
He fought, Usyk. So yeah, hats off to both of them for getting in there and getting that fighting and whatnot. But I just think Tyson didn't take the fight too serious. What you think?
Yeah, I think this is a classic case of people not taking it serious. Yeah. Tyson didn't take it serious. I mean, obviously, but I think that's kind of his style, is to not really take it serious. That's why he doesn't really show up in shape and stuff like that. I mean, he looks like pretty all the time. He just looks like he just goes out there and starts trying to fight.
Marshmallow body, because he got skills though.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt. For me, I think he's become a star. And
he is a star, yeah.
He
beat up Deontay Wilder a couple of times.
Exactly.
First one was a draw.
Even in those fights, you saw he got knocked down and stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you do more boxing than me. Mm-hmm. But to me, it feels like his defense isn't that great. I mean,
really?
I don't think so, because again, I think that his defense isn't that great because Wilder dropped him. The guy you're talking about him. And you saw this guy was about to drop him before Usyk was about to drop Tyson.
Francis.
Yeah. Ngannou.
Yeah. Francis
Ngannou. Yeah. Almost dropped him.
He did drop him.
Wilder dropped him.
I think he dropped him.
Did he?
I think Francis Ngannou. I think so.
And then Usyk was about to drop him before the referee stepped in and was like, and then he basically got saved by the bell. And so, I think it's just he doesn't have the best defense, and he just kind of comes out there, just like, okay, I know I can beat you just based off of, my boxing skills, which, he's made it this far. Yeah. I don't appreciate what he had to say afterwards, which was like he basically was saying that he won. He won the fight. Yeah. And they should have gave it to him. And the only reason, I actually have a clip.
Well, before you play that clip, let me rebuttal to the defense. You said you don't think he has the best defense.
I don't think he has.
I think he has for a fighter of his stature size. I think he has pretty decent defense. Now, reason why I would say that, I think what you're trying to say is the fact that because he got caught with punches, right? I think it's because his defense is good, but he kind of take the other fighter for granted. So he would do like when he was fighting Usyk, right? There's a fight where Muhammad Ali had his hands on the ropes and he's trying to bait him and he's sitting there doing all this. He did the same thing. So he kind of takes his fighters for granted. It's like, yeah, come on, I dare you to hit me. So I think with that, a little bit of carelessness and he get caught, Because I'm going to be honest with you, I like Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder, boxing skills is subpar. He doesn't really have boxing skills. Yeah, he has knockout power, but he doesn't really display the best of boxing, the fundamental boxing skills. He just rely on that knockout power that he has. When he does knock someone out, he don't knock you out with a wild punch. He knocks you out when he throws the correct punch, which is the straight right, where the power actually comes in from the hip. When he's swinging all wild, you using too much inertia. You taking away force, swinging wild. Yeah, you can probably knock somebody out like that too if you caught him right. Mm-hmm. Usually his knockouts is when he throw the correct punch to straight right. But I think Tyson Fury just gets a little too careless, baiting people and that's how they get caught. But go ahead with your you have a clip.
All right, so we have a clip of his post-fight interview.
Okay.
And I'll play this.
Tyson, an incredible performance.
Yeah.
You look like you had him in big trouble in the early rounds.
Yep.
What went wrong in there for you tonight, do you think, Tyson?
First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ, for his fantastic fight with Alexander. I believe I won that fight. I believe he won a few of the rounds, but I won one. And I believe it was, what can you do? One of them things, decisions in boxing. We both put on a good fight, best we could do. And, his country's at war. So people are siding with the country at war, but make no mistake, I won that fight in my opinion, and I'll be back. I've got a rematch clause. I thank Jesus for all the victories he's given me. I've had a split decision loss for the good little man, and I thank him again. In the mighty name of Jesus, we go back home to our families, and we run it back in October. Good luck to Alexander. Well done. God bless you. Happy New Year!
So he think they gave him the fight because his country, Ukraine, is at war. Well,
that's a preposterous statement.
Yeah.
He obviously got rocked,
mm-hmm.
and the official saved him, and he wants to come out and talk about, he only won because
Yeah.
The country's at war? No, because you look like you was about to. You
about
look
to go
like
to
you was in
sleep?
another atmosphere.
He's about to go to sleep, huh?
This man looked like he was in another universe. You know, I mean, that's
Yeah.
why he won.
Yeah, but because he didn't say that when he fought Ngannou, Francis Ngannou. Even everybody's like, "Oh, Francis Ngannou won that fight,"
Yeah.
And they gave it to Tyson Fury. And don't get me wrong, I like Tyson Fury as a fighter. Like I said, you got to respect anybody who get in that squared circle.
Yeah.
First and foremost, because a lot of people they ain't trying to do that. But yeah, a lot of fighters will say anything. There've been fights when clearly Pacquiao beat Adrian Broner. And he's in there, I beat him. And people kind of we figured he was going to say that. He didn't do enough. But Pacquiao clearly beat him. He outpointed him. Nobody got dropped, but it's a point system too. They don't realize that. Mm-hmm. Some people don't realize that. It's a point system. And anything in a jab, whether it be an uppercut, looping right, overhead right, or, all those are considered power punches. Anything other than jab. So they go off the point system and see how many punches landed, how many punches connected. Pacquiao clearly beat him. And he was saying that he beat Pacquiao and everybody know I beat him. People was born, dude, we know you. Come on, man, we know you. But they figured he was going to do that, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, that's sometimes that's boxing, man. That is boxing. You just got to take your lumps. Take the good with the bad. When you lost, you lost.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it if it was
nothing wrong with
close.
losing.
If it was close, and some people feel like, man, it could have went either way, and they feel like they won. I understand that. Sometimes they may feel like, and I'm pretty sure a lot of Tyson Fury fans, they may be in the comment and say, yeah, Tyson won. Then true boxing fans may say, no, Tyson lost. And and that dude, Usyk won. So I don't know, man. That's my take, man.
Yeah. What do you think of the Jake Paul
and Mike
Tyson fight coming up?
I think really if Tyson put his head to it, even if Tyson say how many rounds is it? Is it 12 round bout?
I actually don't know. Yeah.
Even if Tyson decide to take one round and go back or just revert to his old ways for 3 minutes, even though 3 minutes seems like it's a short, but for your body to do, condition to do what it does, in the ring 3 minutes is short. We on the outside looking, but in a round that's a long time. If he decide to do that for 3 minutes, even maybe a minute and a half, he will seriously hurt. That I'm telling you, man. He would with that peekaboo style, that custom auto style. Tyson stays low and bob and weave and you know what I'm saying, and bang his body and catch him with uppercuts. That dude going to sleep. I'm telling you.
It is a big age difference. I mean, he's a young dude. Tyson's an older guy.
Have you seen Tyson training?
Oh yeah, he still looks like a beast.
I wouldn't fight Tyson.
I wouldn't fight that guy. Yeah,
I wouldn't fight him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fight him.
But again, it's one guy's younger.
True.
This is more energy, more energy.
This is very true.
And I feel like, you could say whatever you want about the Paul brothers. They put money into their trainers, like a ton of money.
Yeah.
He's being trained by some of the best people in the game.
And they condition. They condition.
Yeah.
You like you said, you got youth on your side, but then you got skill and wisdom on one side. You know?
That's true.
And there's been times that you've seen the skill and the wisdom outclass the youth, and then sometimes you've seen the youth able to get the better of the older guy. I've seen both sides of the coin. I've seen both scenarios. But in my opinion, I don't think this is one of them. I just honestly don't think this is one of them.
So you think Mike Tyson's going to smoke him?
Yeah, I think Mike gonna definitely, because Mike been doing it longer.
Yeah.
He's been doing it longer. Now, could Mike Tyson get hurt? Yeah, he's human.
Yeah, he's
it's
old.
Possible.
Yeah, I worry about it.
It's possible he can get hurt, but then can Jake Paul get hurt? Yeah.
True.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
If Mike fight his old style, which I'm sure he probably will, don't be surprised if Jake goes down. It can go either way, but I won't be surprised if Jake get hurt and he go down. Then at the same time, I won't be surprised if, say, I'm not saying he necessarily hurt Tyson, he just outworks him. Meaning, the energy level, because of the age, and he just ain't lasting, but he's still surviving. He's able to outwork him, I won't be surprised at that. But as far as him hurting, anything possible. But, I think if Tyson, if it goes the distance, they may give it to Jake Paul. It's possible. Oh, is this an exhibition? This is an exhibition,
well,
right?
yeah, I think they're going to have, it's going to be an official fight.
It's an official fight?
Yeah.
Okay, but, okay. Maybe they may give it to Jake Paul, but...
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, but I think if Tyson fight his old style a few rounds and relax a few rounds, his old style, I really see him
taking
putting
care
Jake,
of business.
Yeah, I see him putting Jake on his ass.
Yeah.
You haven't been in the ring with somebody like that.
Yeah.
You have not been in the ring with somebody like that. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. That's just my 2 cents.
We'll see what happens,
Yeah, we will see what happens.
I will
man.
say we're getting a lot of what we want, I mean,
Yeah.
McGregor's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Tyson,
Who's McGregor
all these
fighting?
fights that are happening. June 29th, McGregor versus Michael Chandler. So that's going to be great. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I don't know who
I need
Michael
that
Chandler is. I may
need
have to
that
see
fight
a few
right
of
now.
his fights. Is
He's pretty good, yeah.
top contender?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. This is what people have been waiting for. So
Oh yeah.
we'll see who comes out, on top. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, man. You gonna hit up a bar?
yeah,
Check it out.
definitely got to check it out.
That's what's up,
It's
man.
gonna be a great night.
Good night.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. We're gonna wrap this up. This has been the Black Summit. I'm Hendricks.
And I'm Brooks.
And we thank you for joining us. Episode 48. 48.
Yep.
48. We almost
That's
to 50, guys. Keep rocking with us.
That's right.
And it's the Black Summit, and we are out.
We out.
We knew y'all feeling it. We knew y'all feeling it.